Hey everybody, Coach Steve here with MultiSport Mojo. One of the questions that I get asked the most about on our MultiSport Mojo social media sites and the MultiSport Mojo family of websites, rungearguru.com, trygearguru.com, swimgearguru.com, and ridegearguru.com, right? All the multisport stuff is about multisport watches. Which watch should I get? Should I get a GPS watch or a smartwatch? Should I get a Suunto or a Garmin? Should I get an Apple or a Samsung? Does it make a difference? Are they really waterproof? Do they have data? Do they have apps? All of that stuff. You can find all of that content out on the sites. What I wanted to do today was show you the difference between two of the more popular GPS multisport watches. They're made by Suunto. Suunto, S-U-U-N-T-O. It's a company out of Finland. They make terrific watches. If you're familiar with Garmin, put this right next to them. You will. I love Garmin, especially if you're a multisport athlete. The Garmin 945, and before that, the Garmin, well, the Forerunner 945, and then the Garmin Forerunner 935. I think everybody just refers to them as the 945 and 935. The 935 was a staple among multisport athletes. Now, the Garmin 945 has been released. The Suunto multisport watches are right there. They're a little less expensive than the Garmin's, but they've got everything that you're looking for in a multisport GPS watch. And I'm telling you, I love them. I love them. I love them. So two of the more popular ones that people want to or look at choosing from are the Suunto Spartan Trainer and the Suunto Spartan Sport Wrist HR. I want to walk through the things they have in common and then the differences and give you my recommendation, and then I hope that helps you choose between the difference. All right, the things that are the same between the two of them. They both use the Suunto app. You can get that on your smartphone. You can also look at the, you have a sign-in, it's called the Moves Count website page, where it gives you all of the data. The Suunto app for your smartphones is fantastic. As soon as you're done with the activity, it syncs over Bluetooth, and you've got all of that information in I think European information. I'm in United States, right? European products, for me, typically have a really clean, really crisp interface, easy to read, very minimalistic. The Suunto app is fantastic. It takes, for example, run this morning, logged up. I saw an instant track map that was navigation. I could go point to point all the way across the route for heart rate and pace and cadence and distance, elevation. It's loaded. It's everything you want. It's all there. You can dial it all down. So they both come with the Suunto app, and it's free. They both have 80 sport modes. I wanted to say Spartan sport, tongue twister, 80 sport modes. So you can move between running, trail running, and swimming, and whether it's open water swimming or lane swimming in a pool. 80 sport, pickleball if you want. Bowling. I know that we're just talking about multisport, but if you have other activities, since this is a wear it all the time watch, you can dial in those specific activities. Those load onto your watch specifically. That way you don't have to go through all 80 sports to get to the one you want. You select the ones you want on the app. It dials them up. You can even put them in the order that you want. So it's the ones that are most commonly used. And they're right there for you. And it's pretty easy. I'm going to do another video for each of these that do a walkthrough, and you can see how those work. So 80 sport modes each. The battery life is the same. If you're wearing it just to keep time, it stays juiced for 14 days. If you're using it for the tracking and for your mobile notifications, it's 7 days. But if you're in training or you're using it for training, you're at about 30 hours. And then if you've got all the bells and whistles going, it dives it down to just under 10 hours. So sometime between 10 and 30 hours. So if I think about race day, for example, if it's an Ironman triathlon, it's got plenty of juice to last all day long and then some. The morning going in, evening going along. If you're an 18-hour finisher, really rest assured you're going to have this for far longer. It'll stay juiced than what you'll come in at. They're both really, really tough. They're built, right, stainless steel silicone straps. They both have the wrist HR, so it gives you that on the data, both on the watch and on the app, it'll tell you where your heart rate is. So if you're using heart rate to train and be specific about staying within ranges, you're all set. They both have activity tracking, so you don't have to wear a Fitbit and this. I don't know why you would, but if you're tracking steps and maybe sleep, or you want it to be on for 24/7 for calories and all of that information, if you've got a health app that the information needs to download for work, or you just like to monitor just your just general activity data tracking elements, you can, and they're actually right up on the front. In fact, you can see on the watch that it's got you've got options for what activity or what 24/7 activity elements you want to put on the front. They both have GPS navigation, of course, and they both give you notifications. And that's something different than, for say, an Apple Watch, which you have to pay a separate fee to your carrier to get those. This just syncs with your smartphone. I have an iPhone, it syncs with it. And so on my phone, I may even get one while we're doing this video. I can get, I'll have texts pop up, I'll have emails pop up. If I get a phone call, this will start to ding. I can't respond, but I know that zing, I can go right to my phone. Okay, what are the differences? The cost between the Suunto Trainer and the the Spartan Trainer and the Spartan Sport. $279 for the Spartan Trainer. You can get them on sale for under $200 if you go to the website. Or you can go to the links out at, I'll have them out on rungearguru.com, the links out to Amazon if you want to get the best prices as well. Or, and rather, the Spartan Sport runs $500, and it runs $600 if you want to get the heart rate belt. You can also get that for about $300, not with the heart rate belt, but you can get it for about $300 without the heart rate belt. Go out to rungearguru.com or trygearguru.com. Just search for this. The links will be there, and they can take you out to Amazon, and you can get those great prices. Okay. The second difference is the watch face. You can tell that there's a size difference. I'm going to try and line these up. You can tell there's a size difference between the two watches. The display face on the Spartan Sport's about 1.25 inches. The display face on the Spartan Sport wrist HR is about 1.5 inches. Is that a big deal? I think it's a huge deal. Listen, I wear reading glasses to read. Whether I should wear them during the day or not is a conversation I have with my wife all the time. But when I run, I don't wear glasses. When I wore this on a couple of runs, it was really hard to see, both because the screen size was small and because the resolution is different between the two watches. The resolution on the Spartan Trainer is about 218 by 218. The resolution on the Spartan Sport wrist HR is 320 by 320. So you get a larger display face and you get higher resolution. They're both backlit, so that helps. This Spartan Sport on a run, the last couple of runs I've taken it on, and for me who needs reading glasses, this is really easy to read. It's crystal clear, and I can see it on my wrist. I don't have to bring it really up close. I can look at it at a normal, a normal distance that you would look at, and I can see exactly how far I've gone, what the timing is, my heart rate, all of that information. I can dial through and look at the different data points during the run. It's really, really good. The Spartan Trainer, it just doesn't have that high of a resolution. You pay for it. You pay for the larger display face and for the higher resolution. The other thing on the face, even though they're the same mineral crystal actual top, is that the Spartan Sport Trainer is a touchscreen, right? I'm doing this kind of backwards. Let me see if I can get it in here. It's a touchscreen, right? So I can move it through the different activities. I can pick a sport, there it is, and then what's this one now? Open water swimming, I can hit the swimming and I can go. It's pretty easy. With the Spartan Sport, or the Spartan Trainer, I need to select activities based on the buttons, right? And the different buttons do different things. I can go back, I can look at notifications, right? I can do all of that. So I think that's a huge difference between the two watches for me as a user. And I really like both of these watches, but I just want you to know that that's a big difference. Okay. Another big difference is that this is a little bigger watch, so it's a little heavier. Sorry, I was just looking for the data. This is 66 grams. This is 74 grams. I think the main differences between the watch is the cost, a little less, a little more. The watch face, a little smaller watch face, a little bigger watch face, easier to read for sure, a little tougher to read. But hey, listen, if you've got good eyes and you want to dive into a multi-sport GPS watch for not a whole lot of money, this is a great option. If you want to dial into just a killer looking, easy to read. They're both waterproof, right? This goes at 50 meters, this goes 100 meters. You don't really need to go that deep, but you don't have to worry about setting them to be waterproof like you would an Apple Watch. You can go just straight in. You don't ever need to worry about this being waterproof. Is that a big deal? I think it's a big deal. As a multi-sport athlete, using the Apple Watch to stop and set it to go in the water, and then to set it to release the water as it comes out. I just don't like the hassle with it. I didn't like the hassle with it. I think the other thing that I really like with the touchscreen is that, for example, here, let me turn this around. When you're swimming and the water's on it, it may not pick it up as easy, but you've got the buttons and it moves through the toggling for starting, stopping, looking at the data. It moves through really easy while you're in the water, and in the water it is crystal clear to read. So let's see. The other thing I think is worth noting is that they're both really, really comfortable. I wouldn't, even though this one's larger, they both have silicone straps. They both have the nice. They've got the double hit here and the clasp. They both fit really, really nicely. They need to be snug because you can see the wrist HR going off. They need to fit right on top of your, right on top and snug to get a good heart rate reading. So that's the similarities. That's the differences. Recommendation. I know it costs a little bit more money. I would grab the Spartan Sport Wrist HR over the Spartan Trainer. Yeah, they're both terrific, but because it's the larger face and it's the higher resolution, it just works better for me. If you want to get a heart rate band to really dial in your heart rate training, this has that option. This doesn't. That's my recommendation. Really depends on your budget, depends on the use that you're going to put them through, but both terrific watches. Either go out to Suunto.com, Suunto, or go out to ridegearguru.com or trygearguru.com, and you can get a drill down on each. Look for the video where I do a drill down on the Spartan Trainer and a drill down on the Spartan, boy, I can't even say it now, Spartan Sport Wrist HR. That's a tongue twister. This is Steve with MultiSport Mojo. I want to thank you for watching. Please go out to our MultiSport Mojo family of websites, rungearguru.com, trygearguru.com, ridegearguru.com, or swimgearguru.com. Follow us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We've got an Apple podcast where we interview age group athletes. If you'd like to come on the podcast, go become a member of our MultiSport Mojo Facebook group, and I'll reach out to you and we'll see if we can bring you on the show. Thanks so much.